Yeah, talking about hitting rock bottom, I looked at many companies that this happened to. I mean, bad things. And they were big companies, IBM, Netflix, Ford Motor Company, Apple. They all took a nosedive, big time nosedive. Here's what helped them work. If you have somebody with the drive, nobody more drive than Ashman Farah, hitting rock bottom can be a magnificent thing to happen. Because what it really does, as I'm looking at all these different ones, it forces a new perspective and reassessment of your goals. Now, he knows the goals, and then you get the clarity of gaining from adversity can bring renowned focus, resilience, and drive, setting the stage for a comeback that is even stronger than before. Every step feels more meaningful when it is forged out of a struggle, often leading to success with deeper sense of purpose. Yeah, when you're down, you focus on every step now. You don't take for granted 1 through 7 steps are fine. I'm going right to 8. No, no, no. You look at every one. And I believe, Ash does too, by the way, this was meant to happen. Did it hurt? Way more for him than it does us, okay? Because he's the man putting the bill. He has all the pressure on his back. But what would have happened if he didn't? Would we be taking a trip with people that maybe would never get us where we want to go? I think so. But now he's surrounded with people that impress him. And if you can impress Ash, that's good enough for me, because I know him well enough that he's a stickler on that's not good enough, that's not good enough, that's not. But when you can go into a room and say, this is what I'd like to have, and they add to what you're saying, that's mind blowing. That's just absolutely mind blowing. So yeah, hitting rock bottom really, because you're in the weeds, right? While you're in the weeds and he's micromanaging this and this and this, and you start to believe that the situation you're in is normal. But when you get knocked to the ground and you stand back up, you look at the situation and said, I should have never been in that position. If I had this, if I had that. So when you have the right people, you don't know it until you lose the wrong people. How are you ever going to know? Ash didn't have a blueprint. He couldn't go in a drawer and pull it out and said, I'm going to build a company that I am going to bless everybody involved if they have the faith, and I'm going to copy off this floor plan A. There is no floor plan. Everything he did was from here. He couldn't say, I'm going to build it like IBM. I'm going to build it like some other big company. There was no blueprint. So sometimes, and I believe this here, he had a team or things going on, and it was a struggle. It was a lot of work, but he expected the work. He expected it's going to be hard. But when you find out, when you hit rock bottom, whatever the reason is, we know some bad things happen. The focus now, when you see good, now you can put the two together and say, wow, I'm glad this happened, because this is what I was looking for. The vision's fine, but if you don't have the mechanics to get you where you want to go in your vision, you're in trouble. All of you IT guys know that Steve Jobs, not necessarily was the highest tech guy in the world, but he surrounded himself with that were and demanded that they perform at the peak of their ability. And when people believe they can, they do. There's history lesson. We see that every day. We see it for thousands of years. Oh, nobody could beat a 4-minute mile. Roger Bannister said, I can. Somebody didn't tell him, didn't give him the memo, you can't go faster than 4 minutes. And once Roger did it, Larry, Mary, and Harry said, if he can do it, I can do it. So you have to get by that barrier. But in order to get past something, sometimes you have to hit the floor hard, really hard. Now, the difference is a lot of people hit the floor and they crawl and they hide. They're done. I give up. They put the white flag in. I did what I could. I'm done. When Ash hit the floor, he went, why did this happen? And he went after it right away. Now, because he's a very intelligent guy, all of you know him, he knew he was going down to the floor before he hit it. He knew the floor was coming up quick. He knew something isn't right. And thank God. And me, no IT experience, nothing. I felt it too. I just thought something doesn't seem right. But all of a sudden, he hits rock bottom. Normal people, we don't have anybody normal on OnPassive, thank God above. Normal people would have never jumped onto this journey with us unless they also had a vision. And they went, whoa, Ash sold Ash to these people. Ash sold his vision to these people. I don't think these people were looking for a job. They were looking to change history. They wanted to be part of something. And somebody walked in their room named Ash before and said, here's what I want, here's what I'm going to do. The ship crew, some of them sucked. I want to go here, and I believe we can do this, 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 and this. And you got people that have the brains in the OTech Pro industry, and they're going, oh, wow, if he does that, this is history making. You see what I mean? So it happened, but it was a good thing. Now, when I first heard about it, you all go through emotions. One is, well, who is it so we can beat him up? I'm just kidding. No, but you're like, because it didn't just affect Ash Mufara, it affected all of us. I think when the smoke clears and we finally see what Ash is seeing now, which is going to be very soon, we're going to know, oh, wow, thank God that happened. And everybody goes about time. I wish this happened then. I wish this happened then. It was happened at a perfect time. Why? Because that's when it happened. It's just the way life is. And the funny thing is, all the people wrapped up in why is this, why is that, and anxious and all that. When we open to the world and the first 10 million people come in, they don't know nothing about this journey. In fact, they don't even care. They're going to get products they probably have, but it's 100 times better, 1,000 times better, 50, 60% cheaper, and they can make a commission if they share it. It's over. It's not brain surgery. Anyway, that's all I have right now.